Hey, what's up? It's Michael, Seeking Heat, and I'm back with Speaking Heat Live, and this is season two. This is, I can't believe that I've had the pleasure of speaking to as many cool, influential, creative, people, and this season is no exception. So I'm so excited to get it started with a bang. Today we have actor Rebekah Kennedy on. She's done a lot of really cool stuff. She's got a really cool project coming up. I don't want to talk about it yet. But season two, I have some amazing guests, and we're really setting the bar high tonight. So let me bring in Rebekah in a sec. So just so you know, this will be available on YouTube after it's done. It'll also be posted on Instagram. So we're gonna bring in Rebekah now. Hey,
Hello.
how are you, Rebekah?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Am I coming in like clear and not screwed up?
No, I think you're good. Am I good?
You're perfect. Yep. No, no,
Okay, good.
no, no tracking necessary.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I know
I
I
just want to
haven't done
thank you.
a li- no, sorry, I haven't done a live on here in a while, so I'm like trying to make sure that I'm like, can I see it you? Can I see what's happening? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a kind of like an outdated medium, I feel I feel like, and I've just like committed to it at this point.
No, it's you're
But I
good. You're good.
Nice. So it's sort of my version of like a live talk show or whatever. I don't know. It's very, whatever. But so Rebekah Kennedy, I'm thrilled to have you on this on Speaking Heat Live.
Yeah.
You have done so many cool projects. You've been in so many like interesting films and television shows and stuff. I want to talk about kind of how you got into this. Like, I know that you were born in Arlington, Texas.
Hmm. Yeah,
Is
that's right.
that how was that? What was your upbringing like? Were you kind of really into films and stuff at an early age, or?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to act since I was young. Since I was four, I remember going to see my first play. My mom took me to see my first play, and I remember during the play, I just looked at her and I was like, I want to do that. I can do that. And she's like, okay, kid, like you're four, so what do you? And I was busy with other stuff. I was taking piano. I was, my sister was doing stuff. So finally, when I was 12, I didn't make the cheerleading squad. And so she was like, all right, like, and I was very, yeah, she's someone from my college. Sorry, I'm going to try to like, anyone leaving comments, I do see you guys. Thank you for being here. We'll try to hit those as well while we're
Yeah.
chatting. But yeah, so she was like, do you want to try this acting thing? And I was like, yes, I do. So she found me a local children's group that, anyone that auditioned could be in it. And so I got to do my first show that way, and I just never stopped. That was it. I did theater through junior high and high school and college. Someone from my college is on here. What's up, Michael?
I love that.
And then, I didn't really think about film and TV until after I graduated college. I came back to Texas, where you mentioned I grew up. I went to school in Florida, and I was gonna, just save some money, get my bearings, figure out, what I was gonna do. And a friend of mine was like, are you interested in film and TV? And I was like, I am, but I don't know how to get into it. And so he's like, just start submitting yourself, just start auditioning, start, seeing what you can do. So I just started submitting for anything I could find, short films, student films. Started that way, got an agent from a referral, and that is when kind of things, I got married, and that's kind of when things started to take off. As far as like, booked House Hunting, I booked Season of the Witch with Nicolas Cage. I did
Yeah.
my first co-star on a TV show, and then eventually I moved to LA where I live now. So that's kind of, a truncated version of a long journey.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just so impressive to me, and like, I do see that you work with Nicolas Cage, and I mean, what was that like so early on in your career? Like, were you just like I mean, I can't imagine he's such a crazy presence from what I've heard, and obviously seen, but like, were you intimidated at all, or you just kind of jumped in?
I mean, of course, I was scared. I was so scared because it was my first
Yeah,
big film. But he's so
yeah,
nice. He's so cool and kind and generous and um,
yeah. I love that.
supportive and was like, made sure I was good. It was so hot. It was Louisiana in August. So he was so cool and just, it was a great first experience. Everybody on that movie was wonderful to me. So, they invited me to the premiere in New York. I mean, just
Oh, that's so
they
cool.
treated me really, really well. And I'm sure he probably wouldn't know who I am now, but he was, very, very kind and told me, keep going, keep doing this. So.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Yeah, I love that. We just watched Adaptation. My wife has never seen it, so we're kind of like I feel like I need to be on a Nicolas Cage kick now. But and then so from there you did a lot of TV work, Law and Order SVU, which I feel like you're like that was like a role that kind of like was that a breakout role or just like it was a big part, right?
Yeah, it definitely helped. I mean, it's crazy that I mean, I did one episode, but people know me from the show. I mean, I had somebody in Canada that came up to me and was like, "I were you in the show?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "I thought so." So that I mean, there's the fans are just massive for that show. I mean, if
Oh
you're a fan
yeah.
of the show, my episode. So that definitely gave me some good exposure to to TV. And a lot of the same people watch Criminal Minds. They watch Station 19, which I did
Right.
both of those. So it all kind of is the same fan base. So it just keeps getting your name out there. You know.
And you've played. I feel like in those television shows, from what I've seen, like you play like very troubled characters. I mean, I know that that's kind of not putting it lightly, but characters that have kind of been through some shit.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
uh, and it seems to me, just looking at your trajectory thus far, like you seem to really love those roles where it's, whether it's, there's just this darkness or struggle with characters. Is that something that you always sort of gravitated towards in film when you were like younger or now or
Yeah, it wasn't like necessarily like, at the beginning you kind of do what you book, right? You don't really have a lot of choice in the matter.
right?
You get auditions and you do whatever you get cast as. So
Yeah,
at the beginning it was kind of like that's as far as like especially the horror roles, it's like that's kind of what I got. And so and I love doing them. I absolutely love doing it. So I would probably always going to come back and be doing horror throughout my career. But yeah, I mean, I do gravitate towards that material already. So it was
yeah,
kind of just it was nice because that's what I was booking, but also I loved doing it. So it wasn't
right.
one of those struggles. Like some actors, it's like they want to be doing X, but they are seen as Y. So they have to do the Y in order to do the X, whereas I'm seen the same way I want to do. So I love unique and weird and Traumatica is no exception to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We're
I'm
gonna get to
definitely,
that.
yeah, drawn to roles that have a lot going on, a lot of layers, just a lot to unpack and stuff I get to do that maybe I would normally get to do and challenge myself, in new ways.
Yeah. I just the whole time I did like my research on you, I'm thinking like, will she ever do something like hokey, like slapstick comedy? Does that like attract you? Do you think that you'll ever try to get into something like that or like a romance or something?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm not worried as much about the genre as it is as I am like what the role is,
The
what the
integrity of the
story
role.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
like what the is if the role is interesting to me,
Yeah.
more so than like worrying about necessarily the genre. But I mean, it's funny because the first I just directed my first short film
Oh wow.
that recently played at the LA Shorts International, and it's a comedy. It's a
Ah,
quirky little comedy, but it's still within my wheelhouse of like it's about two office workers that like each other but can't express it, and so whenever they try they talk in this weird language and then they realize that they can understand each other. So it's like even though it's a comedy it still falls into the unique weird kind of characters that I like to play.
yeah.
So I think as long as like if the genre and the character is interesting to me, then that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I just wonder, is it like at all cathartic for you play these, in these dark roles, and then also in the comedic roles. I would imagine that being sort of like, I don't know, a mood enhancer in some way, or you feel, I don't know, like you're letting something out.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Yeah, there is, I mean, we say like, cry it out, you feel better,
Yeah, I'm a
Um,
champ at that.
and
Yeah,
yeah, and it's interesting because your body doesn't always know the difference between make believe and what's, real. So sometimes your body's going through it even though it's not real.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, there's definitely a part of that. And I think also like a lot of the roles that I've played are real life situations. I mean, like Criminal Minds was based on the three women that were kidnapped in Cleveland. You mentioned SVU, which was loosely based on the Turpin family that kept their, 13 kids locked up. And so there also is that part of me that knows it's, people watching might relate to the situation. And there's
yeah.
a respect that I want to give. And
Right,
also
right.
knowing that like even with Traumatica, even though it's a horror film and it's kind of crazy, underneath there is the trauma element and like elements that people watching may relate to. So I always have that in mind, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
What I'm going through is like nothing compared to what people actually are going through. So
right. I mean, I think nonetheless, it still, impacts people, and I'm sure puts them at ease in some capacity. All right. So, Traumatica, it's coming out this Friday.
mhm.
I've seen Two Witches, and what a ride. It's like you are just so good at twisted, sort of like, it's almost like esoteric and twisted at the same time. There's something that's just really, your approach to it is just amazing. Tell
Oh,
me
thank
about tell me about Traumatica, and kind of how this came out. How did I mean actually tell me about Two Witches, and how you sort of got that, and what the process was, and then kind of lead it into Traumatica, which I'm so excited to see.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. So Two Witches came about. So Christina Cleave, who plays my roommate in the movie,
Mhm.
who's wonderful, who's been in the Halloween and a bunch of other great, great projects. Uh, I guess the girl that was going to play my role couldn't do it. She had to drop out. And so Christina recommended me to the director. She's like, I think I know somebody that might be good. And her and I had never worked together in a professional capacity. Like we just knew each other as friends. We'd, been to the same parties and like talked, but we had never worked together. And so she sent my stuff over to the director, and he's like, yeah, I think she might be interesting. So we chatted, and I watched a short film that he had done that I thought was brilliant. And there wasn't a lot of
Pierre.
time. Yeah, Pierre Sigarides. He has a short film called "I Who Have No One," and which is fantastic as well. And we didn't have a lot of time, and they were shooting pretty quickly. So I was like, I read the script, and I was like, all right, I've never been a villain, and I've never played a villain like this, and I've never been a witch. So this would be fun.
Never been a witch. You couldn't tell. I will say that. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I had no idea, kind of the life it would have, and it's so lovely to now be on Shutter and AMC Plus, and
Yeah.
have the support that the little film has, and so which kind of led us into this film, Traumatica, which I wasn't the first thought of for it, because originally Pierre had thought about. He had this video game he really likes, and I guess it's about a granny who's chasing a kid around. And so he had in the mind, he had a character that was older, and I guess she couldn't do it for whatever reason. And so then he messaged me, and he was like, hey, I need an older actress. Do you know of anyone? And I was like, well, let me think about it, because I knew the script was going to be kind of crazy. And then the next day he was like, do you want to do it? And I was like, I do. I would love to be in it. So they, tailored the script and rewrote it to fit me. And then we started shooting, shortly after that. And he would send me a lot of videos and TikToks and just thoughts of like images and of what he was what he was thinking about doing. And
Yeah.
that's what led me into doing that role.
It looks so good, and it's getting so
Thank
much good press. People are really excited to see it. I can't wait. and it's coming out in theaters Friday.
Mhm.
That's got to be exciting. Is there like a premiere you're going to? How is that? How is that looking? You're probably doing a lot of like interviews and stuff like that. I can
Yeah,
imagine
yeah,
it's
we
yeah.
yeah, we had a premiere already last month, and so now it's just like you said, like interviews, press. I just had one right before this,
Oh
and
wow.
so it just yeah, it's just getting people pumped and knowing about the film, hopefully, and some theaters, some cities have it starting on Thursday, so but everyone else will have it on Friday, and it's I had no expectations. I mean, when you do an indie film, you're doing it without a studio, so you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, most times it gets bought and it goes to a streaming, which is wonderful, and everyone gets to see it. And
Yeah.
uh, I heard, when they told me it was going to go to the theaters, I was like, oh, that's amazing. And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm like cautiously optimistic. I'm like, okay, it's gonna, maybe it'll be in like 10 theaters or something. And then to find out we got such a big release is really incredible. And I hope people go see it. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, I will do everything I can to tell everybody about it. It looks great. I'm a
Thank
huge horror fan, so this is a treat to be able to speak to you, about that. I'm curious, like, do you something that I've talked about with I have the tendency to ask on this show, like, about horror and if people like horror films because my page is hot sauce sort of themed, and
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people who like hot sauce like horror films. They like metal, hardcore, punk, just like aggressive stuff for some reason. But are do you find that horror as a genre is getting to a place of like respect now? Like it's being
mm,
taken seriously as an art form. Because obviously, like trauma is I think a common theme in these films, and when it's done well, it's like really powerful.
yeah.
So do you think that like we're at a place now where horror is
I hope so. I mean,
yeah,
Weapons just made 100 million. Conjuring just passed like what, almost 200 million.
Weapons is so
Um,
good.
Yeah, and I haven't seen The Conjuring yet, but I'm gonna excited to see it this week.
Yeah,
I mean, there's still, of course, I still occasionally get people that are like, oh, like when are you gonna go do a real movie? And it's like, okay,
that's not
that's crazy. Like, there's so many amazing
it's a stupid
horror
comment.
movies like that
Yeah,
are incredible performances. I mean, I just was talking on my last interview about The Sixth Sense, and I literally just started crying, like thinking about the
it's
movie because it's so brilliantly and done, and that
and
performance is like,
heartbreaking. It's
oh,
yeah,
it's so good. And like, take away the horror. It's about two people trying to connect, and horror is great because you can explore themes that you wouldn't be able to maybe explore in any other genre. I mean,
yeah,
let's be honest, if you were trying to make a drama about this subject matter, a lot of people wouldn't want to go watch it because it's too much, it's too intense, it's too depressing, it's too, whatever. But this allows people to go and see it and then opens up a conversation about like what else is going on other than just the funness and the scariness of it.
yeah,
Uh, I hope that people will, you know, um, continue to support horror and especially indie horror because
yeah.
we can take a lot of risks and we can um, do things that maybe we wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So it's interesting. It really has a Renaissance era. I mean we've had amazing films since like before. It's like you look at like all the way back to The Sixth Sense and The Shining, or Sixth Sense, The Exorcist and The Shining, and like you know it's not new. It's just finally, I think we're having a lot in the theater that are with bigger budgets and are just dealing with like themes. And I don't know. I'm hoping that people will continue to go and support because that's how we continue to make them. You
Yeah,
know.
I think they will. I will. I mean, for whatever it's worth. I really want to know though, like, what are some of like the influential films, even like music. I really want to know what kind of music you like because I feel like you kind of like punk rock. I don't know if that's true. You've posted a few things. Are you a punk rocker?
I mean, I really like kind of all genres of music.
Yeah,
I'm more or less like the song itself than like the genre of it. Like
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not,
yeah.
oh, I'm only hardcore this genre. I don't. really love the heavy metal. Like that's one I'm not personally like a huge, my husband, I'll get in the car and I'm like, oh my God, like my head. But that's not really my thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
grew
yeah.
up, I grew up doing musical theater, so that probably tells you a lot about me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
You
so
know,
musicals. My wife and my daughter, I do not connect to musicals as much as they do. Um, but that's what you sort of gravitated toward when you were young, and probably still even to this day, I would imagine.
yeah, and of course when I was young, like I loved, the NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys and uh, you know, Britney and
Yeah,
Christina.
yeah,
Like I listened to all those, of course, growing up, and
yeah,
and now it's like like I said, I'll just if it's a good song, it doesn't matter who it is. If it's
yeah,
a song I want to sing or I want to dance to or catches me, emotionally or whatever, then I'll listen. It's kind of the same thing with movies. I don't discriminate for genres either. I'll watch
yeah. Nor
any
should you.
kind of genre as long
Yeah,
as I love connect with the movie and I want to see the movie. It doesn't matter what genre it is, you know.
yeah. No, for sure. Who are some of your favorite filmmakers, or I guess of
Oh,
all
that's
time?
oh gosh, you're asking the
I know it's a
hard
tough question.
questions.
I know it's a tough question. I don't know. I like to
I
hit
mean,
hard. It's like Larry King.
one person I want to, I mean, work with right now, as far
Yeah.
as like just, somebody I would love to work with would be Mike Flanagan. I think
Yeah.
his in the horror space is so interesting what he's doing, and it's so elevated in terms of just production and the acting and the value and production value and just the stories he's telling are so interesting. Um, so I'd love to work with him. Somebody, obviously he's making the Carrie, which I'm like way too old now for. But I was joking with somebody the other day because they asked me like if you could remake a movie that's been made, like a horror film, what would it be? And someone else gave me the idea. They were like, what if Carrie didn't die at the end?
Ooh.
What if she lived and what would her life look like now? And I was like, ooh, I love that. Like that would be so
Yeah.
interesting to see like if she didn't die and like what she'd be doing and how what that would look like. That was my answer for that. But yeah, he's someone I definitely would like love to work with one day if that ever happened. Because I really
Yeah.
respect him.
Do you have a favorite horror franchise, like classic horror franchise?
Ooh, that's a good question. Horror franchise.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I like this one, but it gets a lot of shit for being silly. But I think that some of the films in Friday the 13th are really underrated, but that's just me.
yeah. I do like somebody's comment, Carrie takes Manhattan.
Perfect
That
timing.
there we
Good
go.
music.
That's
Yeah.
that's the move. So if anyone's ever watching this, it's like
I think you need to write this Carrie film because it sounds like it's a great idea.
we'll just call like I don't know if Stephen King would ever give me, so we'll just call her like Mary or something.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I mean I loved the first two Conjuring movies. I Those were some of the scarier ones I've seen in a long time. I will
yeah,
admit, like I do like slashers, but they don't necessarily scare me.
yeah. They're
So
funny.
they're more fun, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Terrifier.
yeah, I have a respect for them for sure. But as far as
Yeah,
like stuff that gets under my skin, um, I haven't seen the newest one yet, but the first two are just like so brilliantly done. I feel like,
yeah.
you know,
Almost like
set very,
minimalist or something. Yeah, no, they're very eerie.
yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I have a list of interesting, kind of like off centered questions. But um, if you weren't in films and stuff like that, or doing nothing creative, or nearly as fun, what do you think you'd be doing in this world?
Ooh,
What would you want to do?
if I wasn't nothing in entertainment, you mean?
Yeah, nothing in entertainment. Like you could say like, I don't know, you want to own a restaurant, or I don't know, be a vet.
When I was young, I used to play teacher. with like
Okay.
my dolls. I played with dolls probably way too long in life.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Ah, that's okay.
and I would like pretend to be the teacher, and they were, and because my mom was a teacher, and she retired like when I was born. But um, yeah, maybe a teacher because you still get to, there's still a lot of creative stuff happening, and you still get to kind of perform, so to speak, in front of your class, but it's not in the industry, so maybe something like that.
Yeah, I could see that. You get to connect
Yeah.
with people and influence people as you do now.
Yeah.
S- okay, so we got to talk about food. I'm really curious to see what you're, because I'm a food guy. I kind of, I mean, I love films and music and stuff like that, but like food is very front and center. Like, are you a food enthusiast? I don't like the word foodie. I try to not use that word, but do you love to go out and eat over there in LA? Are
I
you?
do. I do like to
Yeah,
eat. I
yeah,
do. I'm a big fan of food.
yeah,
Yeah, me and food we're pretty tight. I do appreciate a potato in any form.
yeah.
Um,
That sounds like my wife. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Potato. When I asked her when we were first dating, I asked her what her favorite food was. She said potato, and I was like, this might not work. That's not a great answer, but I've learned to appreciate it, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably my husband's least favorite food is potato. And
Yeah.
I give me in any way, tater tot, French fry, baked potato, hash brown. I don't know. I'm probably missing something in any form.
Latke, or I don't know.
Yeah, just yeah, but food in general, yes, food in general. I do love a good restaurant, good food, and yeah,
Yeah. No, that's good. Are you a hot sauce person?
hot sauce. Yes, I am getting. So for many years, I did not eat spicy food. Like before I met my husband, I was not a big spicy food person, and he loves spicy food. So
My man.
I, yeah, I am slowly, yes, scalloped potatoes.
Scalloped
Uh,
potatoes are good. I
I
just
do
had
love,
those.
yes, I do love scalloped potatoes. Uh, Sorry.
We
I
can
got
talk about
distracted.
scalloped potatoes if you want. We can make this the rest of this conversation. I got to say though, the other night we were in Massachusetts and we went to this restaurant called Wolfie's, and I was so excited because they had scalloped potatoes. I ordered scalloped potatoes, but then my main was this like creamy, cheesy, disgusting fish casserole.
No.
Um, so it was just too much. It was like
Yeah.
counter or derivative. You know what I mean? But scalloped potatoes are good.
Yeah, I don't eat them that much because I don't. Scalloped potatoes are like harder to make, so I don't.
Yeah.
And
So you do
they're
cook.
not.
You cook.
I mean, I'm not a great cook. My husband is the cook. Anyone
Okay.
watching will know if
That's
I
like
lie
us here.
and
Yeah.
say, "Oh yeah, I'm so good." No. So we don't
Okay.
we don't make scalloped potatoes a lot because it's like I like them, and it's rare at restaurants. I feel like restaurants don't have
Yeah, I
that.
know. This was a
Uh,
very like I don't know, down home kind of like it was in the sticks of Massachusetts type of place. Do you have a favorite restaurant in LA that you go to a lot? Let's
Favorite
plug them.
restaurant.
Let's advertise.
I know. I don't know about. I mean, I like a lot of restaurants here, so there's not. I mean, that's the thing is LA is. I don't. Where are you? Where do you live?
I live in Connecticut. I'm from New York. Live in
Okay.
Connecticut. Yeah, so kind of in the New York metro.
Um, so I mean, things are. I mean, it's so expensive. I'm sure it's expensive there too. So it's like
Yeah, no, it's
there.
diners are like fine restaurant prices now. It's insane.
Right. So it's there is a place called Din Tai Fung. It's a I just lost my train of thought. Dumpling place
Oh,
that I
yes.
love.
Yeah.
We used to go there a lot more. Now it's further away because I live further north. But they also have chocolate dumplings.
Whoa.
So
That sounds really good.
it's like a ganache chocolate inside, and like your life will
Ah,
change. Your
it's
life
like a
will change.
truffle, like a dumpling, like a dough truffle.
It's just like I remember the first time we ate there with my family. They
Yeah.
were in town. My parents were in town, and normally they didn't have really dessert that like because I'm a big chocolate person. So we were going to
Okay.
go somewhere else for dessert, and they didn't have them on the menu yet. And they were like, "Well, we have these chocolate dumplings that are new." And my dad was like, "Yeah, like we'll get two orders, like just." And they're so delicious.
Oh
And
my
someone
God.
mentioned someone mentioned mashed potatoes, which also
Yeah. Homemade though. They need to be homemade. They can't be the boxed stuff. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
like the flakes.
Yeah, I mean that's what I grew up eating. I'm sure everybody did. It's just it's a good shortcut. Um, Stay on food. What do you have for breakfast? What's your breakfast? I feel like breakfast people what they have for breakfast is a very like you get like a build of a character from knowing about what they have for breakfast. And I'd like to know what you have for breakfast.
I don't eat a lot of breakfast.
Oh, it's the most important meal of the day. I don't
I
really think that's
know.
true. It's not.
I
I don't
know
think
they
it's true.
say that. I'm
Yeah,
not great because
yeah.
I'm not
I imagine
like
it's like quick. You're probably busy. It's probably quick.
yeah, like I make like eggs, scrambled eggs.
Okay.
Like I'll have yogurt with like some berries.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like if I'm like going to like the other night I had like Nutella crepes, so those were delicious.
Ooh,
Like the other day, I don't make those, but that was at a restaurant. Um,
sounds good. Yeah.
yeah, those were delicious.
Nutella's the best. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm not super starving in the morning. Like I'm not like, ooh, I want to eat a whole like big meal.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I get
something
it.
like granola or yogurt or like eggs. Like try to get some protein in if I can.
Do you fuck with oatmeal ever? I've gotten into oatmeal quite a bit recently.
Um, the way you're supposed to eat it, like the healthier way,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I never love
You
because
got
you
to
can't.
add texture. It needs texture.
Yeah,
If it doesn't have texture, it's disgusting. It's
yeah,
baby
it's like
food, you know?
yeah, and some people like just barely put anything in it and just are like oh go you do you. Even with the yogurt, like because we'll just get the plain Greek yogurt. I still have to put
Yeah.
honey. I still have to put honey in it. My husband can just eat it normal. I'm like
Huh.
it's just they're just I gotta have some like sweet. I think as I get older, my taste buds are dying, and so
Aw. You're not old. Yeah, all right, whatever. I
yeah,
think,
you're sweet. You're sweet.
well, we're getting a lot of
I'm
good comments though.
85. Yes,
Yeah, you're 85. You look amazing.
thank you.
It's really impressive. Yeah, no, we could talk about oatmeal. I don't want to talk about oatmeal anymore though. I really, I guess what I was thinking about before was you mentioning like theater. Have you done theater like recently? Are you into that? Do you think you'll do it? Come to New York and do something?
I would love to. I haven't done a play in 12, 13, 14 years at least. I mean, since 2009-ish.
Hmm.
I haven't done a proper play, and I would love to. I mean, I would absolutely like love to come and do something in New York. Here it's just hard. Theater's so hard here in LA. Like people just
Yeah.
don't go, and it's it's a lot of it's a lot of time commitment and so if the opportunity arose or it was something that I like a role that I would just yeah absolutely would love to go and do theater again. I'm like yeah I love going to shows. We try to go to at least a couple a year.
Yeah.
So
No, you don't want to do theater like me, fucking community theater that I got myself into. I don't even know why I'm doing it, but I took a plunge. I guess it's sort of akin to you, like, I don't know, starting a band or something.
I did community theater for many years.
Yeah.
Good on you, man. It is dedication because you get it's you're working for free. So
Yeah, yeah. No, I know.
yeah,
And I
it's
just had a baby. So, like, I have a almost 5 month old. Everybody's like, how are you? How is your wife okay with it? I don't know. So, actually, I want to ask you, what does your husband do? What's his deal?
uh yeah. So he works for a company called Centos. So he
Okay.
is a manager there. They do towels, mats, uniforms to various businesses. So he manages a team of people that deliver and pick up and do all this, the that. But he started producing with me. We just did a
Whoa.
yeah we just wrapped a film in March called Swipe that
Oh,
we
nice.
post now, and yeah,
That's
so he
awesome.
produced it. With me and Sean Whalen and his wife. Sean is also in Dramatica. He's my business partner as well, and so he and now we're working on another film together, and so
Wow.
he is starting
He got the
into
bug.
yeah yeah And yeah, and congrats on your child as well, by the way. So
Ah,
don't forget that.
thank you. I appreciate
And
that. Yeah,
and I also want to piggyback on what you said about doing theater because it's it's amazing. I love that you're doing no matter where you're
yeah.
doing
I
it.
was kidding, but yeah, no,
No, of
it's
course,
great that I'm doing it.
but
Yeah, yeah.
it's so yes, he was. No Good Music was on the sweat set of Swipe. He was in our bar scene.
Oh,
Um
nice.
our
No Good Music has been really interactive, and I love it. Don't stop.
he's awesome. Such a big supporter
Oh,
of
great.
Sean and I. So, but yeah, no, I mean that's what show are you doing? By the way.
Um, don't laugh, Annie.
Oh yeah, well, you told me that, didn't you?
I did, yeah, and I
Yes,
got,
that's right.
you know, and I sang Razzle Dazzle in my audition from Chicago. And you know, I can hold a tune, I guess, but I did not think that they would give me lines, you know, give me a part with lines. So I got the part of Drake the Butler, which is, you know, sort of a secondary role, but you know, and then my daughter is in the orphan ensemble, so like we're both going to be in it together.
That's
Um,
great. That's an amazing like that. What a
yeah,
great thing for you to do together.
yeah. No,
You
I think
know?
it'll be hopefully like a core memory for her and stuff. It'll be cool. Yeah, it's going to be like a lot. She's doing half of the performances because I guess they don't want kids to go through
Yeah.
rehearsing 5 days a week like they are going to make me do.
Double
But
cast. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't know these terms. But you're doing
I
like a
shall teach you.
yeah, seriously. I mean, you know, I love films. You know, I respect them, but this is new. And of course, in my head, I'm like, maybe I'll like do the next one. They're doing a Christmas Carol. Maybe I'll try out for that. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's
But
how you, I mean, somebody asked any advice for newer actors. I'd love to answer that,
please,
you know?
yes, please.
And also someone said no small roles, which is also true because
Thank you.
you know, you never
Yes,
know. Like the sometimes like smaller stuff you can really stand out in. So, you
I
know.
was actually listening to Steve Buscemi. He was on Smart List. You know that podcast with
Hmm.
yeah, and he was talking about that and like talking about like happenstance and like you know, not taking roles and then getting called by the same director that you were auditioning for when you didn't get the role. Like being in it
Yeah.
is important.
Yeah. And just
Yeah.
people like knowing you know, like a guy I know says like you can't be a secret and be a success, you know, and I
I
keep
like
that in
that.
mind because like it goes with anything. If you have a business, if you have a product, if you know, if you cannot make a lot of money if nobody knows about it. So
Right.
anyway, yeah, I want to, you
Advice.
know,
Advice.
advice. I'm starting off, but I feel a little compared to, I do indie stuff. Yeah, so a little compared to a lot of bigger actors. I mean, if I think they said they were in Texas. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but
Uh maybe. Are you in
maybe.
Texas? Wheels up always?
If not, it doesn't really matter. Just
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. But
Well, you're from there. I mean, you know it.
I
Like
am.
it's,
I am.
yeah.
You know, getting into a class is essential, I think. Um,
Texas.
yeah, into an good acting class. Uh, you know, you got to work on your craft first and foremost if you really want to, you know, do this like long term. Like, you know, it's fine if you're like, you know, you're having fun, whatever. But like, I always feel like class is like at the end of the day, like your craft is what you have, and that kind of sets you also apart from a lot of people that are, you know, not doing all that. And plus, you meet a good community of people that are like-minded that want to do what you're doing, and I think that's important. It's a really lonely business, and it can feel like, you know, it's easy to also compare yourself to other people and what they're doing. And if you know, have a support system around you, then it helps just, you know, not feel just so discouraged as you're, you know, because it's going to be no. You're going to hear no more than you hear yes. You're going to hear, you know, yeah, training is not optional if you're serious. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get a lot of no before you get a yes, and that kind of, you know, just having those people around you keep you going. And for me, I celebrate everything, uh, from like getting an audition to getting a call back to sending an email that I was scared to send to getting someone saying, hey, you know, you were really great in that project, like cool, to, you know, it's like if you only celebrate, I feel like when you book, you're not going to be celebrating very much. maybe once a year, maybe not at all, depending on like what's happening that year. Sometimes, you work a lot and sometimes you don't. So, and I feel like a lot of the small moments like lead up to the big ones. And you can't always see that in the moment. And when I look back at a lot of things that have happened, it's like that seemed so insignificant then,
Right.
but now is significant,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Like a
yes.
small ball, playing small ball sometimes, like ends up, the little roles and the,
Yeah.
and things. I'm a baseball fan, so I say small ball, but I use that analogy like too much, I think. But I mean, yeah, it was making me, what you were saying was making me think of this documentary I watched, about Joan Rivers, and like how she was, actually, I had a therapist that told me to watch this because how it was about how she was never satisfied
Mm.
in anything that she did. And she always wanted to do the next thing. And all of her success was like very fleeting.
Yeah.
And it frustrated her, and so that actually kept her going.
Right.
Her drive, which I think is really cool. I would like to think that I'm like that for better, for what it's worth. Like, and it absolutely seems like you're like that too. Just judging of the scope of the things that you've done,
Mm.
and you have a movie coming out, a theatrical film coming out, but you're still in and writing short films, and you have such an appreciation for the craft that I think that alone will probably keep you going. Perspective.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, she's right. I mean, you're in a hit show or a hit movie and people are talking about it for a little while and then they move on, you know?
Yeah,
And
it's like
and
music
now
too.
yeah, and now especially with social media and like it's like, this video blew up and you're, cool for like an hour,
Oh
24
my
hours.
God.
And then it's
Yeah.
like the next thing,
It's a mind fuck. Yeah, I know. It's yeah, all that stuff
So
is
yeah, it's like not ever like you said, like kind of resting on the, oh well, now I've made it, now I've done it, so now I'm
right.
good, now I can like relax and not have to keep grinding. And like I feel like the grind never stops. Like
Yeah, yeah.
even when you're big, I feel like you're still. I mean, I hear about huge actors that are like called their agents and they're hustling for roles and they're like, hey, I saw this is being made. Can you get me a meeting? They're still not just like relying on their laurels and like waiting for stuff to happen, but like making stuff happen for them, for
Yeah.
themselves. You know.
Yeah, it's I was in bands for like most of my 20s and even my 30s, and I really could relate to a lot of that because I was in a band that we had accolades. We were, in publications and had like a deal, and it's like, yeah, you get those big moments where you're so excited and you feel validated. And yeah, then they go away. You put out a record and people like it for like 3 weeks and then they fucking forget about it.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of start over again. It's very like deflating almost, like it's like, and especially if you have like a defeatist self-loathing mentality, like some of us do, I can't imagine what it's like to have more success, and then have the quiet moments, like, but I don't think that you have any reason to feel. I mean, another thing that I'm like, okay, this woman has a film coming out, and she's going to do this conversation with me. Like, what the like? She's just very nice, or just like I don't know. Like, I'm really stoked, and
Oh, well,
you know,
you're very sweet. I mean, I'm really nobody that special. So, I mean, I'm like, I feel like I'm not like, who am I to say like, oh no, I'm too. It was funny. Someone else said that recently in an interview, and I was like, what did you expect? And they're like, I don't know. We just expected something different, and I don't know if it's. I remember when I did SVU and it came out. I did an interview with these guys, and they told me later that I was different than what they expected. And I was like, what were you expecting? And they're like, I don't know, someone kind of strange.
yeah, yeah.
And
No,
I
you're
was
not.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
well, I mean, I guess that's a compliment that, that they thought I was going to be more like the character.
Like a murderous witch, or
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
But
yes, just wait.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I
No,
mean,
I mean,
obviously,
we're all trying to figure it out. We're all trying to make our way, and like, no, I don't ever feel like anyone is more important than someone else, and like we're all just trying to get our work out there, and like we're all
yeah.
on kind of on the same same boat, and like even huge celebrities have most likely been where we are at some point, and so.
Yeah, no, it's somebody asked if you had any TV roles coming up.
Um, no, I mean, I did a recurring on the Lincoln Lawyer. It was the last thing I did, and that came out in October. I don't have anything coming up yet, but hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully, this year has just been, it's been slow. It's been tough out there in the TV world,
right.
for sure.
Are
Um,
you are you a streamer?
like, do I watch streaming?
Do you have like, yeah, all the apps, Netflix, or
Oh
are
yeah.
you a physical media person?
No, I mean, I have all that. I mean, I think we have every streaming service that there is.
Yeah. Yeah, Shutter. Are you a
Streaming.
Shutter person?
Yep, Shutter AMC, yep.
Yeah,
They have
Shutter's
some
great.
awesome, awesome, fun
Tubi.
stuff on there.
Don't sleep on Tubi. Tubi has some great horror.
Yeah, it does, it's nice now because most streaming has like a whole like horror, and then it's like you just scroll through. You don't have
Yeah.
to search for it. It's all
Oh,
in a
but
great category.
it could also be like a death sentence though, because there are many nights where I'm in bed with my wife and we're scrolling through Shutter, and what I do is I look at the films and then I have my phone and I look at Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is bullshit, by the way. But I look at Rotten Tomatoes and I look at reviews and sort of in succession with looking and trying to choose. I am so bad at making decisions. So I think that's the kind of the tough part of streaming. So I bought a
Yeah,
VCR DVD player and I've been buying VHS tapes on eBay and like going that route, which is fun. But I feel like now I'm getting even sick of that. So I just can't win. I don't know.
there's a word for that. I think the like when you have too many choices and you get
Yeah.
frozen, like because you just spend so much time scrolling, and then by the time you find the thing you want to watch, you fall asleep like 5 minutes in.
Anxious. I don't know. OCD. It's like
I don't know.
that's what they tell me. I don't know.
You're like, well, I relate to that.
I mean, listen, but literally, like, I'll be at a restaurant. I will ask the server, what do you like? What's your favorite? And then they'll tell me, like, oh, well, so and so is popular. I'm like, I didn't ask you that. I asked you, like, what you like. I want to
Yeah,
hear you talk about something because I need the inspiration.
I'll put it
Um,
on the list, and then you're like, there's no list.
yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, yeah. We're getting a shitload of questions. I feel like I'm missing a lot. Oh, is there any specific actor? Let's just do questions for the next couple
Okay,
minutes. Is
okay.
there any specific actor you'd love to work with? Keep the questions coming.
That's a great question, and there are so many actors I would love. I mean, my ultimate would be Meryl Streep, right? I mean, if I just feel like I was even in the same room with her, as an actor, not
Yeah,
as a fan, but just as an actor, I would like it would be amazing. She's, I mean, incredible. Like just her
yeah.
career, just feels like she can do anything. But then of
I
course
love
there's like tons more that I, would like love to just, chat with.
like who?
I mean, Viola Davis,
Yeah.
Jessica Chastain would
Mm.
be, I mean, just, working with them or just being in the same room. I mean, I think Florence Pugh has really done some really incredible work, um,
Oh
and
my God,
interesting work.
Midsummer.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I rewatched it recently because I was like, how did they get from A to B? But it
You
works.
mean
I mean, it
A
works.
to the orgies? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
like from
remember
like
seeing it.
going to a place and then at the end you're okay with them like just killing your boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's yeah. Between that and Hereditary, those films, that would be a. I mean, those are like I those are so good.
Yeah.
But he's great. Yeah,
Yeah. And then like guy wise, like I mean
Gary Busey. No, I don't know. Yeah,
I'm like trying to
he
think
was
who I guy wise that I think is really um great.
Bill
Um
Murray.
Bill Murray, yeah, I've heard he's great. Andrew Garfield, I think, is amazing. I'm trying to think of older actors that as well
Hmm.
um, that I
Older
like
actor.
literally like cannot think of any. Why can't I think of no men right now?
You know who's an actor that I haven't seen enough of recently, and I keep telling myself I want to see him on the new White Lotus season is John Cusack.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
he's great. Yeah,
He's
he's
been,
great.
I don't know where he's been, but I would love to see him you know, the
In the space.
in the space.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of,
And,
yeah, I couldn't think of it. That's like such an
um,
industry term, I guess. No, okay. So we're gonna spend the last 5 minutes. I have a
okay.
lot of questions. What was the I like this. M. Hassett, you're on my level. What was the last song that you had stuck in your head?
Oh my gosh, what is the last song?
Chapel Roan. No, I don't
I
know.
was gonna, no, I honestly was gonna say probably anything that she does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's always
I
like,
love her. I love
they're
her.
always
We're
really
going to
catchy.
see her. I'm taking my
Oh,
daughter. I'm so
fun.
excited. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, and
Girl
Sabrina,
pop.
like Sabrina Carpenter's new song is pretty catchy, I will admit. But
I
I've also
don't
seen a
love
lot of TikToks of it, so that probably doesn't help.
I don't love the new record. I loved Short and Sweet. I thought it was so good and so like well crafted. I don't know. Maybe I have to give it another listen.
I mean, honestly, I haven't listened to like the whole thing. It's just there's just like that one song that I'm like, all right, it's a bop. All right.
Yeah, I heard it today. I know. Yeah, the
Yeah.
second single.
Yeah.
A couple of these are not. Let's see. Oh, somebody said Chuck Norris. Chuck
I
Norris is like
actually worked with
90.
his I worked with his son on a movie a long time
Oh
ago.
wow.
Randomly. So I didn't get to meet Chuck Norris though. So
Yeah.
what was the good of that?
No, I think that's cool. Which film remake would you like to be in?
Oh gosh. I
I
mean,
guess then that, yeah.
I feel like we kind of like touched on that as far as like if I could do a Carrie, but like if she was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
older.
True. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like trying to think of something that's like been. It's so hard. Remakes are so hard because it's like if it's good, you have to live up to some performance that is like that the actor created that I don't know that I want to touch, and try to be compared to. And then
Yeah.
if it's not good, you probably won't get remade. So,
Yeah, so many remakes, especially like the kids remakes. 'Cause I go and see a lot. I'm an AMC Stubs A-list member specifically
mhm.
because my daughter just likes to go to the movies and see every children's movie. By the way, somebody asked do you have a daughter? How old is your daughter? Or, I don't
Not
know.
me. That's got to be
Yeah.
you. I don't have a daughter.
Oh, my daughter. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't think anybody would ask me questions. My daughter is turning 9 next week.
So you're
Yeah.
definitely going to take her to see Traumatica, right?
Yeah. Listen, I really want her to watch Ghostbusters. She's like, it's going to be too scary. Although she just made me watch Avatar. You know, I don't know. I thought, how is that not scary?
The first one or the newest one?
Well,
Like
we
the
watched the first one and then we watched half of the second one. We didn't finish. I feel like she lost interest.
I haven't seen the second one yet.
It's, I don't know. Visually, it's beautiful, but like the storyline, it feels derivative, repetitive. I don't know.
I mean,
The first one was okay. It's fine. I don't know. Um, God bless your daughter. Thank you very much. Somebody also asked if you were an actress, what would you do? John Cusack is doing autograph shows now. That's funny. Uh, all right.
gotta make that money.
Yeah, he does
I hear you.
screenings. He did a screening of High Fidelity recently. What was no? Would you ever work in a legal crime drama feature?
Um, I mean, maybe if the role was interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
What series would you love to land a role in?
but that's like on right now.
White Lotus.
I
Not
mean,
it.
that would be, yeah, I mean, White Lotus
Yeah.
would be fun. I feel like Twisted Metal would be really fun because that universe is so crazy. Um, I like thinking, I mean, like when Walking Dead was on, but
Yeah. Are you a Sopranos fan?
I did like it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was, yes.
What is your favorite show of all time? What comes to mind first?
Of all time.
Of all time. Yeah, I don't know. Or right now.
I mean, favorites are so hard for me because I'm like, I don't
No,
know.
it's a shitty question. I mean,
Uh,
I feel like it puts somebody on the spot and you kind of blank out. Like,
no, you're good. I know it's like I've never watched a show in my life.
yeah, yeah,
I
pretty
don't
much.
know
Yeah, it's like you're a Men
any
in Black.
shows.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I think if they
I,
made a movie about Sissy Spacek, yeah, I could be a Sissy Spacek. I'm like, there you go.
a
Uh,
young Sissy Spacek. I could see that.
I get
Um,
compared to her a lot, so
I could see that. Yeah, no, for sure. Was she in the shipping news? I was thinking about that film the other day. I don't know why.
Oh,
The ship. It's a really boring movie that takes place in Nova Scotia. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't.
um, we did enough questions. I think. Rebecca Kennedy, you are seriously like delightful. This has been so much fun.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was so fun. Yeah, thanks for setting this up and like, being a supporter. I appreciate it.
Listen, no, of course, and Traumatica is in theaters on Friday the 12th. We're all I could speak for the world. I'm so excited to see it. Is there anything else that you want to plug that's coming out after that that we should know about, release dates or anything like that?
The next thing that has a release date, if you are a VHS fan,
Yeah,
I am going
I'm
to
a
be
VHS man. Yeah,
I have a small role in the VHS Halloween.
VHS Halloween.
Yeah, it comes out October 3rd on Shudder. Uh,
Whoa.
that's the next installment of VHS.
Oh, that's okay. I'm sorry. I thought
That's
okay,
okay.
now I understand. Now
Sorry,
that's
I don't mean like
amazing.
the VHS in like terms of the
That's what I thought you
actual.
meant. And
Yeah.
then no, I totally understand what you meant now, and that's really, really cool. Okay, great. That's great.
Yeah, you won't recognize me, so I will be probably gonna have to post a photo because like no one is gonna realize that's me because I know
Well,
you
I'll
probably
figure it
will.
out. I'll do my best. And we're approaching spooky season too. Are you excited about that?
I am. I am ready for like I think Bloody Disgusting posted there's 35 horror films coming out this fall, so there will be a lot to watch, and I am ready.
Are you just gonna dress up as your character in Traumatica for Halloween and walk around and
I
fucking
should.
freak
I don't
people
have
out?
the dress. I would be like I have to go get the dress because they have the dress, but I should. I couldn't do the makeup though. I mean, I could never like recreate that makeup.
They'll do it for you. I'm gonna be Bernie Lomax, so you'll see photos of that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
know. I know nobody's going to get it. Okay, Rebecca, thank you so, so much. This is awesome, and I can't wait
Thanks
for
for having me.
Dramatica. It's so exciting.
I can't wait to hear what you think. Please let me know.
I will. I will for sure.
Awesome.
All
Cool.
right.
Well,
Have a
thanks
great.
guys for your questions. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.